guys, my name is Taylor and I decided I want to do a video blog on teaching in Egypt. Why Egypt, you say? It's definitely a tough question. My undergrad was in study of classics, so the study of Roman and Greece in ancient times, and Egypt was always tied into that both because it was so close and also because it had a major influence on them. And I decided that right out of Teachers College I wanted to teach internationally, partly because I have the travel bug and also because teaching in Canada right now is so difficult to do. So I'm hoping these vlogs will be helpful for you. I hope you will learn a lot because I know when I was looking up on teaching in England, in Egypt, there was only 2 videos up there. And they're okay, so I hope you find this interesting. So for my first video, I decided I kind of want to talk about the general overview of Egypt that I got this past year, and then I'll get my videos a bit more specific after this. So where do I even begin? Egypt is definitely a lot different than I thought it was going to be. When I first decided I was going to go and I started telling family and friends, the overall opinion that I got was, oh my god, you're going to Egypt? You're gonna get blown up, it's so unsafe for foreign women, you're gonna get molested, you're gonna get robbed, and you know, everyone's gonna try to marry you, wear a fake ring, and it was all this like negativity that the media portrayed against Egypt here in Canada. But, you know, being a very optimistic person, I decided to overlook all those and I said, no, you know what? It's going to be a great experience. I'm going to meet a lot of people. I'm going to live with people who are from Canada as well and who are going through the same thing. And you know what? I'm going to make this experience a great one. And over this past year, I really have to say that while I did have my ups and downs, overall, it was an amazing experience. So let's talk about the pros that I had being in Egypt. So, it was definitely a lot different. At first I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to eat Egyptian food every day. That's actually wrong. I live in a little, kind of like a suburb called Madi. And in Madi, there's a lot of international restaurants. Like there's Greek food, there's a Sizzler Steakhouse, there's Latin food, South American food, there's Lebanese food, Italian food, shawarmas, Chinese food, there's all sorts of food that you can have and enjoy in Egypt. On top of that, you can make your own food. There's a grocery store right around my corner and there's usually, you know, you can get little markets where you get cheap, really cheap food. Also, people there are very nice. Sure, you have those odd bad people or people who call out to you, but you know, overall you get those anywhere. People there are very friendly. My school that I work at is very friendly as well. I met so many Egyptian people and I worked with many of them and they're so sweet to me. And you know, there's even those who don't have a lot of like money will go out of their way to help you and spend money on you like crazy, and they spoil you. And also it's easy to travel anywhere. Last year I traveled so much. I went Greece. I went to Italy twice, once for Christmas, and then once the school actually invited me to do this a grade 5 to 8 school trip there, and that was an experience, but it was definitely amazing. I went to Jordan. I also traveled to South Egypt, so Luxor and Aswan a couple times, and it was just amazing. There's just so many places you can travel to because you're in like the center, you're in the heart being in Egypt, so it's just easy to travel anywhere. Well, it's a very conservative country. You can go to the beach and lay in your bikini and tan. There are beaches all around and there are definitely tourist places that you can wear a 2-piece around and you know, there's no issue. That would be Ain Sukna, or you can go to Dahab or Ras Mohammed or Sharm el Sheikh. These are all great places for you to go and just walk around in a 2-piece. I've done that a couple times and I got burnt a couple times because it's so sunny there, but it's a nice cool breeze off of the water. Diving is a huge thing in Egypt. I think I'm going to get my diving certificate this year. It's crazy just how much people love diving there. And you know, every weekend there is a coworker who planned trips out to Dahab to go diving every weekend, so people can do that, and it's pretty affordable. Let's talk about the cons of Egypt. It's definitely really hard when you don't know Arabic. Very hard. A lot of people don't speak English. There is a lot of poverty. A lot of wild animals are around. There's a couple times I wanted to adopt dogs from the street because they're just little puppies and they're walking around and it's so cute, but I can't because I want to travel, unfortunately. But it's definitely reinforced that I want a dog when I come back to Canada full time. Driving, very scary. No one wears seatbelts. There's accidents left, right, and center, unfortunately. People try to screw you over a lot, unfortunately. Like taxi cabs, especially. Not all of them, but some of them will charge you extra or go, you know, oh, they go the wrong way. Oopsies, they charge you more. So you have to be really careful about that. Especially as a foreign woman, they do that quite often to you. Being a foreign woman is difficult, but you know what? Over this past year, the worst that's ever happened to me, other than being screwed over by taxis, is catcalling. Which doesn't happen that often, but you know, I've been called Shakira and Miley Cyrus, which is more of an insult, but nice legs, even though I was wearing like a dress down to my knees and tights underneath it. You know, I had a coworker who actually had her butt grabbed by a motorcyclist. But you know, overall, as long as you're aware of those things, then, you know, it's nothing you can't work around. Well, the media portrays it as being unsteady. You know, overall, I never felt unsafe while being there. But as long as you know when it's not a good time to go out. Like I've been out at night quite often by myself. And, you know, I made my way straight home. I didn't go down dark alleys, and I was totally fine. It's, you know, the same as everywhere else. Their mosques, there are pros and cons. Pro is just how into their faith they are. Cons is that they have big giant microphones on the tops of their buildings, and they blast their prayer 7 times a day, including sunrise. So, you know, at 3 o'clock in the morning sometimes you get to hear their wonderful call to prayer. It's not very wonderful when you're really tired. And then, you know, a sun sets, there's another call to prayer, and sometimes it's really late at night, so you know, as you're cuddling into bed to go to sleep, all of a sudden call to prayer. And they're very loud. When I go back to Egypt, I will definitely probably be recording during one. I hope that during my videos I will have some other co-workers and other people who live in Egypt with me talk about some topics with me, so you can get not only my opinion but also other people's opinion. Hopefully that will help you with your opinion to come to Egypt or not to teach. There's no alcohol. You have to order it online. But that's also a pro, because you get to order food online and it's like $1 Canadian to get it delivered to your house, and food is super cheap. Super cheap. Okay, well, that's all I think I have to talk about today. Just a brief, well, very brief, because there's a lot more to talk about, overview of my experiences in Egypt. I know there's a lot of topics I probably didn't even touch on, but hopefully if you have any questions, let me know. I would love to hear your opinions about what you think Egypt has been for you, or if there's a topic you want me to talk about. And I hope you have a great day.